Now then everybody, a very happy Homebrew Wednesday. 2 in a row, how about that? So, some of you may know, I coach American football, and when we're in the middle of the season like we are right now, I don't really have a lot of time for brewing. So like 2 evenings during the week and 1 weekend day I'm usually over in New York coaching. It doesn't really leave a lot of time for brewing, especially when, you know, I've got a family to look after. So as a result, there's not really much to update you on. I do have a grain to glass video coming out next week about an English ale that I brewed between Christmas and New Year's, so look out for that. But the only other thing I've got, and it's my go-to move when I don't really have a lot to talk about on a Homebrew Wednesday, is we crack open the old Astringency beer. Now, for those of you who are a bit newer to the Geeky Jad channel, back in June of last year, I brewed a beer. It was during the England versus Wales game in the Euros. Wasn't really paying attention to it. Very much oversparged it. When I came to bottle it, and I tasted my sample, it was incredibly sour. Almost like it had some sort of infection. I bottled it anyway. After about 3 weeks in the bottle, much of the sourness has faded, but it was still horrendously astringent. So I decided to keep 4 bottles, and I was going to basically see what happened to astringency characteristics in this super astringent beer over time. I tasted one at 2 months. Most of the astringency had faded, but it was still there. And now it's been about 6 months in the bottle. So I'm guessing a lot of the hop character will have faded out of this beer. And I'm going to taste it, and I'm going to see what's happened to the astringency in this one. So let's crack her open. So here it is. Gush City population, this beer. I had to pour it off camera over the sink because it was going everywhere. So here it is. All the yeast has been kicked up, so it's cloudy as balls. Smells familiar. A familiar smell. How it smelt and tasted previously. All that memories come rushing back. Yeah, it's not good, but I'm going to try it anyway. See, I'm trying this, so you don't have to. You don't have to work out how long it takes for astringency to fade, because I'm doing all the hard work for you. Oh. No, it's not. It's still bad. It's still bad. I brewed this with Columbus, and when it was young, it was incredibly bitter. It's not very bitter at all now. Well, I'll backtrack. That it is bitter, but it's not a hop bitterness. It's very much an astringent bitterness. The kind of things, you know, that would taste good on like a nice robust porter. It's got that quality in spades, and it's supposed to be like a light ale. So yeah, it's not good. It's not even a little bit good. You get that kind of like tension in your cheeks when something's a bit sour, like if you're having a Haribo Tangfastic or something like that, and you get that kind of little like tension in your cheeks from the sourness. It's got a lot of that. You do actually get to taste some of the malt character in this one that you didn't previously, but the astringency is still hanging around, still making this a terrible beer. It smells bad. I think it smells worse. I think it smells worse than it tastes, but it's not. No, I'm not drinking any more of that. Blech. Don't oversparge your beer, folks, because even time's not saving it so far. In fact, it's probably got worse. It's not infected, though. So that's good. However, considering how violently that erupted, I think I might bin my last remaining couple of bottles of that, because I don't want any bottle bombs. I think the conclusion of this astringency experiment is, if your beer is a little bit astringent and it's the kind of beer that can age, that astringency will fade. The astringency has faded out of this beer a lot. It's just there was bags of astringency in it to start with, so it's still gross. So if you've got a beer that's too astringent, but its astringency isn't the chief quality, and it's a beer that can age, leave it to age for a bit. Some of that astringency is going to drop out. But yeah, I think I'm going to call the astringency experiment over, and I'm going to tip the rest of these astringency beers down the drain. So hopefully next week I'll have something more to update you with. However, the next brew I'm going to do is going to be my smash beer for the smash off, and I'm not going to show you what that is until after the closing date, when all the beers should be in the hubs. That's when I'll show you my brew day and what I did to make the beer, just so none of you guys get any ideas. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up or a comment. Really appreciate all the comments and the thumbs up I get on my videos from you guys. Please go visit the Facebook page. Please go visit the Twitter page. And please go and visit BrewTube, the Facebook group, for all your BrewTuber needs. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the fantastic brewing content I've got coming up. I think I'll have to get me a nicer beer to wash away the taste of that. But thanks very much for watching, guys.